I had a doctor do something yesterday that makes me want to share this experience with you. I had to go in for diagnostic testing and imaging for a lump in my breast. Luckily, it was just a cyst and everything is fine. But while I was getting the ultrasound on it, when the tech was done, she went out to let the doctor know. The tech came back in and said the doctor had a medical student with her. Was it okay that they came in? And I asked if it was a man. She said yes. And so my answer was no. I didn't know what the results were yet. And given the exam that was happening, I just didn't feel comfortable having a man in there. And the moment the doctor walked in, she came over, put her hand on me and said, "I just want you to know that it's okay that you said no." And I said, "Yeah, I know it's okay." And she said, "I just want to make sure you don't feel bad for saying no." And I was like, "I don't feel bad for saying no. I'm very comfortable with saying no and speaking up for myself and what I want." But I thought that was so sweet of her to do, because it also reminded me that many women feel uncomfortable advocating for themselves in medical settings and with doctors and speaking up for themselves. But no one knows you better than you know yourself. And if something feels uncomfortable, it doesn't feel right, you can say no, you can speak up for yourself. And it doesn't come naturally to everyone. It didn't come naturally to me when I had my daughter and she had so many medical issues. I was lucky that she had a pediatrician that gave me the confidence early on. And she reminded me that no one, no doctor, no one knows her better than you do. And it is okay to speak up for her, for the care you think she needs. And she was just always encouraging and supportive. And not everyone gets that experience. But I remember when I first started advocating for her, and I would speak up and I would say no. I would tell doctors no, or insurance companies, I would have to argue with them to when they would deny her care. And I would go in saying she will get this care that she needs and they will reverse the denial. And it always happened. And I remember after I would do these things and speak up, I would feel incredibly anxious and think, oh my gosh, what are they thinking of me? I wasn't nice or polite. I wasn't mean, but I was assertive and direct, which wasn't always comfortable thing for me. But it just took some practice, and then I became slowly comfortable with it. So anyway, I just wanted to remind women and anyone, any patient, that you can advocate for yourself. You can say no. You can stop things if they feel uncomfortable. But that doctor was just so sweet to be concerned about that. Yesterday I was thinking heavily about Sophia because I had to go to the imaging center where I used to take her to get imaging done. And it was a different waiting room, but I walked into that waiting room and I swear I could just vividly see us in there, her in her wheelchair, us sitting there. I could see it in color. And it's been about 6 years since I had been to that imaging center, but it was just thinking about all the things that she taught me and how I grew as a human being and the strength that I had because of her and all the things that I had to overcome and the insecurities to become her advocate and learn how to advocate for myself and to speak up and to find my voice. But I was just thinking how incredibly grateful I was to have her for 10 and a half years in my life and the impact she had on me. So I just thought I would share some of that with you, because you can always speak up for yourself. You can always say no, especially in medical settings where you might feel intimidated by a doctor. But it just takes practice.